Ewa Homano, so any income senior lecturer, Department of Statistics, University of Ghana, and no ending come. First, no, Mimbisana, so I Ghana ni doc, when you send a car, never bruta, but Anya be no to fool. That aside, the bush of only be a far a year commercial vehicles or a cook room, and not experience. Doc, good morning.
Good morning, Sammy.
Is she out your power? So what you near man?
David cry.
And I was saying, she didn't come.
Yes. So we have a there.
Mini come cracker.
Yes.
Now, full on sense, me ya, a DABPA and no DABPA, no. Doc, how do you feel about it? The calls for a reduction, no?
Okay, Mamincha, we're here for. I think, sir, in order, and I say, no, quite so I don't know. I mean, I'm just maybe situating myself for what actually happened yesterday. Ghana and Kasa economy no, is driven by the informal sector. You can see, say, 80% of economic activities no, driven by people in the informal sector. And say even over formal sector, middle class economy no, one of the highest. That means Omo kasakra omuni omo sika omo cars they rely on these commercial vehicles to go to their respective places of works now, and as omo numas no omo a lot, and these people actually are the highest contributors to Ghanaian economy, and as omo contributing more to the economy no, and other skill no so even those are ono when ya kakra won in some automator no an car no so and as no vehicle or the connect man so hardship no is reflecting there, because I mean we all are what do you call it, victims of petroleum price taxes, petroleum price increment and all in any one direct way, so while talk fuel and as an indirect way where you are going to purchase a product that has been delivered through petroleum means Nipani use petrol to get the product for you. Okay. In one way or the other, we are all being affected. But I think the drastic effect which we felt yesterday a result in my majority couldn't turn up to their workplaces. The market movement couldn't go. The what do you call it? Ordinary person and also call the office. Aqua increased Ghana productivity for yesterday, lost that man hours and a man time. No, and at there on one casacra on a car with me tofu on a crampon. So yes, I understand that there were road blockage and other traffic conditions. People had to almost stay for a longer time before getting to their respective places of work, and all this cost the nation a lot yesterday.
Doc, yenye analysis kakra. Now, yen try say if we can calculate the hours amount for a 90 year, will be on my 2-3 hours, and some could do the final destination. On your economy, yenye names at the moment, we are trying to resuscitate it. Doc, so what analyze here? What happened yesterday? Did it directly impact your businesses and I say your economy in Enra?
Like I rightly said, for more or cry at the end of the day, it me turn out in their respective places of work and community turning out. I mean, they have saved a little bit of the man hours, productive for Ghana, but there are a chunk of them they couldn't even go at all. They have recounted incidents of even teachers because of these situations. Obviously, the market woman wouldn't go to market to sell. The consumer wouldn't go there to buy. And these all sad traits, have a strong impact on our economy. Let's look at government businesses, ministries, various public sector businesses and all. I mean, if I'm a government worker and what I can afford is they make me afford a public transport. I go and they are on strike and I'm not finding any means to get to work, I would obviously not go to work the day. And look at the effect on government productivity even that day. What about the private man? Well, we are saying, and our quest is to do public-private partnership and drive our economy. A private man also goes ahead in all the transactions, is highly affected by petroleum products. Then the man hours also being affected, because at the end of that, as a private man, if I'm afraid to man quit media or something, I would find an alternative means I'm a man. And the fact is, I would get there very late. I recall those times back in the manufacturing sector where I worked. So even a plant shut it down 1 hour, it translated into over 2,000 hectoliters of beer products. Plants. Meanwhile, is a technician, and any of these people who man these plants are unable to turn out into their workplaces. 2,000 hectoliters of beer. The little bottle of beer we take, is just 330 milliliters. So you can multiply the price of the little bottle of beer, which is around 6-7 cedis, okay, by the number of bottles that can be gained from 2,000 hectoliters of beer. Then you can see a simple manufacturing plant, how much are all losing because of 1 hour of man time or man hours. You understand? So it's a lot of impact on our economy. And these people also, when they get this money, they pay tax on it. Government gets revenues from them. So once there are no incomes coming, you wouldn't realize your taxes, your revenues. And at the end of the day, long run effect, and it will affect the country or impact on the country. Very high, dear impacts.
The matter that is of a concern to us, the fact is that in the end, government had to release 110 buses to support workers on mobile Krumwa The last statistics census population was around 30.8 million. Of that, Greater Accra is around, let's say, 5 million plus. And so I'm asking myself, say, an area which has a population of more than 5 million people. Now, after a year, the buses eco support here, almost about 110 of them. Mean to me, say of the 5 million women in a year, Juma. But I'm fond to say, 2 million woman and a year, Juma. Look, what does it say about your economy and ASEAN country? No?
Yes, that we are coming. We are not there yet. And that is why, as I say, you're very careful in some of the decisions we take, policy-wise and all, because there are countries are there, see and right. They could have gotten enough of these support system coming from the respective public services, police, military, and other of the security services to at least assist. But Ghana, we are working within ourselves. Everybody on one small way or in small quota is contributing. And we wouldn't appreciate the effect of the services of the individual until it is withdrawn. Sometimes hard decisions we have to go on. It's very difficult to take because what they did yesterday, blockades, withdrawing their service and all, we felt the impact. If you bring 130 buses, let's say, of course, that's what the government will do, at least to reduce the burden a little, but it is insignificant. And I say, ensure that to any extent, because you need resources to even do that in the first place. So why then shouldn't we share your policies? Now you make the ordinary Ghanaian who is contributing so much to our economy, but a little bit, what do you call it? Ordinary relief, kakra. And I understand, say yesterday after this action, the president, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, had invited stakeholders of the TUC and other GPRTU executives and the likes to have a meeting with them. And this morning, there have been a slight decrease of 15 pesos in Goyo, specifically state-owned petroleum company. I mean, the shocks are, it's okay, Kakra, but I should expect, we shouldn't be pushed to the wall to do these things. Let's look at our tax system, tax regimes of these petroleum products. Is there a way you bit reducing these things, Kakra? Now you're interested in foreign market prices, and if there are spikes and all, we would have some buffer to cushion ourselves, and we wouldn't have to go ahead always increasing these products intermittently. If you see your interest, I understand that the president had assured them the media budget review, there would be attempts to reduce some of these taxes and all. We look forward to that. But let's be honest, the system is not so smooth in terms of some of these things.
Doc, you made the point about taxes. With COVID-19 and almost Omicron aba, and we are not out of the woods yet. Government needs money to function, but for instance, 1.75 yen as a statistician, I will need a tier books in the moon. So 1.75 I see and to see me 0.5 in the interior. Look, we'll take anything.
Thank you very much. I mean, this conversation now it's been around the block for a while. Yes, we need development in THR taxes now. And moreover, what I see the government doing is move away a little bit from the system or tax people in the formal sector alone, but now push the digitalization agenda, which are almost everybody in various facets of the economy, informal, formal, have now taken the digital driver. We are all using these digital platforms and all. So that said, a bit more an avenue to tax some of these digital transactions and realize some revenues for the development of the nation, which is perfect. The fact is, we are in early day yet. Driving, pushes our digitization agenda. People have not even come to full terms with the need for the nation to go the digital way. If it comes at this early moment with taxes, then the important is now we have all these things to put a lot of people in the tax net so you can tax. Now the taxing might not be the problem, but what do you do with the revenues realized from these taxes? Okay, immediately people have to see a better change, road networks, infrastructure, hospital, and all these things. And so some of these things, early days, they should slow down a little. I am going for like a 1%. I think they should start it small. Let's see how it works. At an early day policy, you don't go 1.7 is too high. It's very high. At an early day policy, you can start it small, do a pre-test. Let's see how people are reacting to it. And the monies we realize in the fall beginning, let's let people understand what we are using the monies for. Let us see feel impact on our life. We say, okay, let me see almost status the roads in the areas are being fixed, hospitals are being built, schools are being improved. When we see these things, you needn't push it further. Anytime I'll be increasing, people would be willing to contribute. But early day, we don't know the impact. We don't even know what you are going to do with it. At the end of the day, we've not even seen any development in our cycles. Then you go for 1.75 with the promise of converting it into one form or the other kind of development. I think it's too hard. ISE has done an economic, talk show on this, and they've also predicted the 1%. I think fairly a 1% start would have been fine. Let's look at how best it will work and then use the monies judiciously to impact on the life of ordinary Ghanaians. And then it will attract a lot.
Doc, now ISEC for no proposing between 0.5 to 0.75. Woman do one.
All right. That's what I'm saying, sir. All the same, the amount of money at aircore 1.75 is too much. So there should be a sit down. They should go back to the table. As an early policy, digitization, a lot of people don't understand why they need to go the digital way. Into old driving system, now sign the tax regime, no starting it so higher. You discourage people and you frustrate the effort of those people who are pushing the digitization agenda. I think that we should look at it. I mean, if it comes 0.5, all the best. The monies we are realizing at the early stage, let's use it wisely. Let's get people see the impact of the monies we are getting. And willingly, when the need comes for us to increase it, say, oh, say. When you increase it, Ghanaians are discerning people. They would rally behind you to get it and develop the nation. But when we have not seen anything, you start with 1.75 and a lot of tax, back-to-back double taxation structures. You pull money from here, you pay income tax, you pay from your bank, you pay. No, I mean, we don't understand all these things. They should look at it from a minimal point of view at an early age. We hear any new policy, you don't start it so big. You look at a pretest. Let's see how people even react to that. Now, how you have used it. Then you can increase it over time. And I think that is the way we have to go.
Well, the final point would be, say, economy new engineer. Some economists will say the government has to spend. Some say the private sector must be given the conducive environment to do so. The finance minister has indicated that public sector need there, and so the path to go is entrepreneurship. And some 7 billion will be realized from a year, 1.75 year. Now, of which I want to 1 billion and young entrepreneurs want more shares here. More bisa say government see what is skaway and indeed opese woma economy year boss na epeke up is 1 billion the amount that should be committed to a year businesses and young entrepreneurs. Why not more?
Yeah, irrespective of the amount, but I think the whole idea is fine. The idea to support young entrepreneurs so people see the need to go that entrepreneurship way rather than relying on government means of creating employment, which sometimes, cannot drive economy. And most of the places you see, say, they are doing very well economic-wise, and the nations are well developed, and they have gained a lot of infrastructural development and the stuff, most of which are private partner, arrangements and the likes like that. But the point here is that amount are all committing, whether you would know say enough or not, all of these things comes with feasibility study. You have to know how many of our Ghanaian youth even have entrepreneurial skills in the first place. How many are willing to go that way in the first place? And when they go that way, how are they going to be able to be successful in that regard to impact in the economy? The whole thing, at least like we have the mindset say entrepreneurship will do it. But I tell you, how many of our university programs are even targeted towards entrepreneurship development? How many of our tertiary programs are targeted towards some of these things? And at the end of the day, if you are putting water in a basket may have trenches of hua. It doesn't matter how much water you fill it in, it might all leak out. The base. If we have done enough feasibility study, said that is the way to go. Let us put programs and agenda in aid of training our youth to go entrepreneurship, give them required skills and money management processes and likes like that. Then relieve tax systems, from those kind of businesses. A little bit of tax relief rather than giving it out to some private companies, international wise, who would come get big tax relief, stay in the country for 3 years. When they are about to give the money back to the government, then they fold up. And we have seen a lot of them, right from MTN and the likes like that. That companies, it started from Ariba. When they are about to give tax to Ghana, then they sell it. Then this system starts. So let's give these reliefs to the young Ghanaian after giving them adequate skills. The amount now to say enough or not, we need to do a feasibility study. Let's see how much can be a minimum capital that somebody can use to start a business with a required skill that will be impacting in the country, and then that's the way to go. But all said, as a country, we have a long way to go in all these facets. We have to sit down, look at our long-term development plan, what we need to do, what must be done now to realize that goal in future.
All right. Yeah. Dr. Asiedu, bedo was na pay say ojembe na ni edi nkomo. Dr. Louis Asiedu ena yene no edi nkomo na pay.
Like and subscribe and click on the notification. Happy FM, Nimdie, Happy FM, and Nijenkwa.